Oh, what's up, everybody? And welcome to we're going to see how good the Wi-Fi is at a golf course. Jake Ferguson, 4 years, $52 million. I'm on a golf course, but we did sign Jake Ferguson, which is great because Jake Ferguson's a sweet man, and I want him to have all the money, and so now he can buy a lake house or whatever, and that's super cool. So let me know in the chat how you're feeling, and let me know if you can even hear me. And to Texas D in the chat who said, shocked, honestly, you shouldn't be shocked because Jesse and I talked about this earlier this week. You know what the Cowboys love to do when they're in a contract negotiation with someone that they can't break? They like to sign somebody else that's super willing to do a deal. So Jake Ferguson's going to be the one. Can you guys hit while I'm talking? Is that okay? Yeah. Just tear it up. You guys are going to see me take a tee shot if Clarence gets here in time for me to hit a tee shot. But this is good news. This is great. If for no other reason, I love the idea of just making sure you don't have a need at a position for the foreseeable future. You just don't worry about the tight end for a while. It's the bun. That is the question anytime they sign a player. Is this the hot dog or is this the bun? Kieran says, I like Ferg. Not sure if I'd pay him before others. Yeah, and I'm on board with that. When I saw the numbers, 4 years, 52 million, 30 guaranteed, that's what does that work out to? 52 is 16, it's 13 million a year. It seems like a big number for a guy that was banged up. Last year was never really the same after the concussion, had the knee thing. But he's got a good vibe with Dak, and he's a good, solid starting tight end. And thank you, Roland. We did call it. We talked about which guy's going to get an extension while they're pretending they're mad at Micah and that they want to fight with Micah. And Jake Ferguson was a prime candidate. And it's cool. It's cool. Locking up a guy that is a good player at a position where you don't really have a lot behind him, that's sweet. So I congratulate Jake Ferguson and I congratulate his family. Leo says the audio is good. Now pay Micah. That would be good for. Oh, you almost hit him in the head. That's an Eagle fan friend of mine that just teed off, which would explain why he almost hit somebody because they're bad people. But anyway, that's the news of the day is that we got Ferg signed. He's looked good in camp so far. He's a nice option and security blanket for Dak Prescott. So you love that. To have a steady Eddie dude while you have CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens for Dak. We love it. We love it. We love signing the security blanket. We love getting that done. Oh, this is perfect. Clarence Hill is showing up right now, which means that Club Pop Pop can talk to you about this signing for 90 seconds while I tee off. Because my group is waiting for me.
Are you golfing? You really?
I'm golfing right this second, Clarence. I announced the numbers and I said that it's fun and it's great. Can you hold this and just point it at me while I swing? Just point it that way.
Swing. I mean, it's this is typical Cowboys. They've done this before. Certainly when Zeke was holding out, they went and signed La'el Collins. They signed Jalen Smith. It's a good signing with, you want Ferguson here long term. You think he has the potential to be that type of player. You sign him early, which we've talked about, signing guys early and getting them at a lower rate, because he has a big year. He's headed to free agency. Certainly you get a chance to get him at a cheaper rate now than you would have if he'd hit free agency. Certainly after having a big season. But again, it's another thing that you didn't get Micah done, but you got him done. I mean, it's just what they did with Zeke. And I know Jeff has talked about that. We've talked about that before, how they signed La'el Collins and Jalen Smith when Zeke was in the middle of a holdout. And I don't know if he was trying to send a message to Micah. Maybe you send a message to Tyler Smith. But again, it's not a bad thing getting Jake done, but how does Micah look right now?
Oh, I'm sure he's mad. Well, I don't know. Do you think he's actually worried about it?
He's not mad, but it's just the principle of the thing. He's not mad at Jake for getting his money. It's just the principle of the thing, trying to get my deal done, and you're focusing over here.
It is interesting in that it falls in the same vein as the contracts that Jerry just said that he regrets in terms of the solid player who gets the deal because you're wanting to get something done with someone. But hopefully he's healthy and he plays well. And then it's like, okay, yeah, a fairly well paid tight end. That's a good starting tight end. Like that works. That's totally fine. Totally cool. But it does have the ability to turn into one of the ones that he's talking about regretting while he's playing hardball with the guys that there are no doubt how awesome they are. And that's interesting, Clarence.
Yeah, I mean, you hit a nail on the head. And again, we're talking about Ferguson, a guy who's coming back from a injury-riddled season as well. You don't know because these guys could get hurt. Well, I mean, Ferguson got hurt last year. He had a down year. And a lot of people that, Schoonmaker at times looked like he performed better than Ferguson at some point last year. You do got a lot of tight ends. You got Brevin Spanford had a big day yesterday with a big catch, 6'7". He's the ideal guy you want to develop that can do everything, and so we talked about it before. What do you do with Ferguson after the season? Because this is last year of his contract. He would be a free agent. So you get him cheaper than you would have gotten him. But what if Brevin Spanford has a bigger upside?
Yeah, but does he? I mean, as a receiver anyway. I mean, as long as Jake Ferguson's going to be your starting,
he can block. If you can teach that man how to catch, and he made a nice catch over his head yesterday for a touchdown from Joe Milton. Those are the type of things you want to see from him because he has that big grunt type body. I mean, I'm talking about a big, large human that you want to be able to run down the field, catch the seam balls, and block somebody out of the club. He has the potential to do that. But again, this is about Jake. Great for him. Again, great family. Dad used to be the big coach granddad used to be the coach of Wisconsin. We know he has that type of ability. Because certainly a couple of years ago, we were trying to wonder if he was going to take that next step and join the great tight ends of the game. The Cowboys are betting on that.
That'd be nice. That'd be nice. We congratulate Jake and the fam. We're happy for him. I'm playing golf with 3 Eagles fans right now, and I got to tell you, Clarence, all 3 of them, when they heard the news, terrified. Terrified. They went, "Oh, God, you're keeping Ferg for some years?" I hit it right in crappy, so it's over here somewhere. Clarence, can you talk to the chat for a couple of more minutes and then call it a day? And I got to hang up because I have hit my worst 2 shots of the day since I started talking about Jake Ferguson. It's very disappointing. It's a sad day for Jeff. Great day for Cowboy fans. You know what I'm saying? Team Ferg, let's get it.
Let's get it. Let's get it, Ferg. That's no problem, Jeff. You enjoy your day. You enjoy your Sunday. Your Sunday.
Okay, Conte, can you play Club Pop Pop and then I'm gonna get out of here? Can you play Club Pop Pop? And then congrats for I don't know if we can get that in the house.
Your Sunday. I get ready to go to practice. We got pads today. That's passed. So I mean, it's good for the Cowboys. It's some progress. Again, talked about them waiting to sign guys, and this is a chance where they get a guy that they like, that they want to keep, and they get to keep him. And so you just look at what Ferguson's done throughout his career. Certainly, he's a Pro Bowler already. Having him back with Dak, CD talked about Dak for a full season and what that meant for him. And you can say the same thing about Ferguson. Right now, he's going to be the 7th highest paid tight end in the league. Again, 4-year deal, $52 million, $30 million guaranteed. That's a big payday for Ferguson, who's really yet to put it all together. And so good news for the Cowboys. Good news, great news for Jake Ferguson. I guess Michael Parsons going to be at practice today, doing exercises and stuff with his own people. Just still trying to get his own deal done because the Cowboys have focused on getting the deal done with Jake Ferguson and not him. And so, still the soap opera. It's going to continue to be a soap opera. But the good news again is we have football practice today. We have pads today. Jake's signing in time for pads. Jake was actually supposed to talk to the media yesterday, and they switched Jake. They switched Jake for Tyler Smith. Maybe they were getting this together, getting this going on, because there was a reason why Jake was supposed to be at the podium, and I guess he'll have the Jake Ferguson podium game today, where he'll be talking to the media at the podium. And so you look at some quotes earlier in camp from Brian Schottenheimer on Ferguson. He's a great leader. He's lighter this season. He's lost some weight too. A lot of guys have lost weight. Talk about Monty Smith losing weight. Jake Ferguson lost a little weight. He's moving around really well. I think last year, the first game, he got injured against Cleveland, which he did. He hurt his knee, and then he got a concussion mid-season. The Cowboys have been high on Ferguson, even though he had a down year last year because of injuries. He's really, really good player in this league. He's always been. He's one of the guys that, as a young player, second-year player, that was leadership. He's an enforcer. You guys talked about him being a force, having that dog in him. The Cowboys City is an enforcer. He plays the right way. He plays the game with an edge. And as Brian Schottenheimer told us earlier, we have zero doubts in my mind this production will get back to where it was the year before. I think last year was just kind of one of those years where he was injured, but they really think that Ferguson can get back to being what he was a couple of years ago when he was a Pro Bowl player. So, again, Ferguson signed. Tyler Smith's waiting. Deron Bland waiting. Micah Parsons waiting. Those are all guys who need deals, should get deals. The Cowboys should be in the hopper to get deals, especially Micah Parsons, because that deal should have been done in March. It has not been done yet. But Sunday practice, pads for the first time. Pads will be popping, and Jake Ferguson will most likely have a podium game to talk about his new deal. His fiance just got engaged to one of the Kavanagh twins. He's got paid. Life is good for Jake Ferguson. Life is good for one Jake Ferguson. Again, this is Clarence Hill talking to you from Oxnard, getting ready to go out to practice. So the pads will be popping. There'll be a lot of people in line. Finally got a decent crowd here at camp over the weekend. And we'll talk more. Jake Ferguson signed, sealed, and delivered. Thank you guys for watching.
Club Hop Hop, where legends drop. Clarence Hill just